So this is the microfilter system that I was discussing with you last week or a couple weeks ago in a recent post. The microfilter itself is pretty cool in that it's 1-inch tubular microfilters that run at very high flow and low pressure. So this video is more about just kind of reviewing a little bit about the microfilter. We're kind of in mid-fabrication here. So I just wanted to kind of share with you a little bit about the system. In upcoming weeks we'll probably be sharing a lot more. So this is the microfilter feed pump that runs at about 350 gallons a minute at about 40 to 50 psi. You'll see the 6-inch diameter pipe with Victaulic connections in between. Each one of those is a module that's about 15.1 square feet of membrane area. You'll see some white vessels or tanks. Each one of these tanks is a cleaning and flush tank with a makeup solenoid valve for fresh water. We typically use one of these for chemical, which can either be acid or chlorine, depending upon if we have metals that we need to remove with acid, or chlorine for organics. And the other one's a flush tank to bring in fresh water to rinse the membranes out. You can kind of see that what we've done here, as I do kind of a close-up, you'll see here what we've done is we've been able to utilize clear PVC pipe. And the cool part about that is that traditionally hose was used. We've actually Victaulic'd the clear PVC pipe and made the connection between the membranes, which is pretty cool. As we've discussed, the membrane manufacturer itself is Duraflow, which we have a long-standing relationship with. The skid itself is approximately 18 feet long. This system houses 12 microfilter modules. Over here you start to see the other side of the system. You'll see that large clear PVC pipe. That is actually the backwash or back pulse water column for the air back pulse. The water will run through this at approximately 40 to 50 GPM. Up above, you'll see two orange valves. The large valve is the fresh water that would go out to the next stage of processing. The smaller valve is actually the air that will be introduced down the column and then in through the membranes themselves. And the water will be used, not necessarily the air. The water column itself will be used to bump the solids off the inside of the membranes. Don't mind the control panel, as we're in mid-fabrication, so the panel has been mounted, but the actual components have not been placed in it as of yet. A couple of items to note on the skid down this end is that we have a microfilter cleaning pump, which is the large air-operated AOD pump. And then we have a smaller pump, which is a 1-inch pump, which will be drawing solids off of the feed tank. And that will take the actual metal hydroxide sludge from this process and send it over to the sludge handling and filter press system. We also have a very small AOD pump, 3/8 in diameter, which is what we call a seed pump that will send some of the solids back to stage 1, stage 2 chemical treatment. What that actually does is reduces the amount of chemical or pretreatment coagulants that are needed for metal hydroxide precipitation. It aids in destabilizing that metal from the process rinse waters. Here you'll see the beginning stages of the city water flush. Not quite completed as of yet, but we would have city water coming in here, a clear filter, so you can see when the sediment filter that's not quite installed yet would remove any of the sedimentation. We have a flow restrictor, and then you'll see that little white hose connection there. There'll be a hose that will connect to that large blue microfilter feed pump that will actually flush the seal to reduce the amount of solids on the seal of the pump itself. So I'm just going to do kind of a broad spec view here for you. very cool. You can see up above that large check valve. That check valve is used for an air release to make sure that these membranes do drain out, so that we don't have sedimentation sitting in them during shutdown periods. So this is kind of my quick view of the early fabrication stages of the microfilter system. I'll definitely have more updates for you in the upcoming weeks.